I was looking up wormholes, and then I was looking up portals. So in California, there is a lake that has what appears to be a black hole in it. Look at this. It's this lake right here. Right here. And deep black hole in California lake right here. You all have seen it. I'm sure you saw it. Let's look at this. So a man drew his drone closer to catch a glimpse of something that he had never seen before. It was at the very least an unusual, unbelievable sight at this place right here. So he gets up to this black hole with his drone. You can see it right here in the lake. Really, you have to ask yourself, why is there like something like that? It's a breathtaking image by, let me just read this you. I'm sorry, I'm doing this on my cell phone. Evan. It was even scary sight over Napa County's largest lake, Lake Barassia. He worked the ski rental at the lake, but he enjoyed investigating this rare phenomenon with his drone. So this is what he did, you all. We're talking about a black hole. He had, Lake Barassia has a deep black hole, and it looks like a frightening spectacle that has a life of its own. The deep water hole attracted the public to wonder what lurks beyond this questionable tunnel-like hole. Evan flew his drone over the strange but attracting shape. His drone did something unexpected which raised his anxieties, you all. Let's see what it did. You can see it right here. Raised his anxieties. I'm really getting myself in trouble. That's okay. His drone started to shake and lose power, and Evan had to quickly land it. He could not let the drone go further into this deep opening in the lake. The lake appeared to have a vacuum like suction affected the drone flying over it. How could Evan get closer to the lake? He had to formulate a plan that would get him closer to this mind-boggling mystery. There he is with his drone. What was the mystery? He decided to fly it around the perimeter one more time. He wanted to discover what the hole was all about. Was the hole a man-made or an environmental wonder? His drone circled around the surrounding area in the deep mystery of the lake. I've seen it a lot, you. I have seen it a lot. California uses its resources to be prepared for a drought. So California did suffer from a prolonged drought at one point, and left the lake barren. But the lake not only has a hole in it, but it also has a dam, and it helps push back the store and distribute the water. So the water is a valuable sharing thing for California. Does the dam being part of the lake have something to do with the hole? With the hole. Look at this. With the hole. The discovery of the hole was about 72 feet wide. He found the answer. The hole was actually a slipway created to ensure that the lake never overflows. It keeps the dam's walls safe and build up pressure. Why wasn't this black hole, let's see, I can't read it, you all. Why wasn't this black hole and deep chasm seen when the drought occurred? The slipway was not used because all the water dried up. All the water dried up, you all. You see it right there. Do you think it's just what they say it is and nothing more? Nothing more? Do you? These wormholes, It's like a mysterious abyss. The wormholes, a real wormhole, you all. It once you enter it, you can leave. You can never leave a wormhole. And it's like that song, Hotel California. Such a lovely place, but you can never leave it. You can never leave it, that song. Welcome to the Hotel California. You can never leave it. His drone acted strange. And you know, we saw those structures in California and stuff right there. Really, is there something else going on at that lake, if you think about it? Is there? It's like if you walk into, if you has ever been in the river and you step into a sinkhole in the river, you're going to know it because it's going to suck you in. The sinkholes in the river is going to suck you in down into whatever it is. And they swirl and swirl. That's probably just a big cover-up. It probably is, you all. That's all I'm saying. So the wormhole. This also what I saw. Look. It's a wormhole. Let's read it. Black holes. Why is it called a wormhole? Black holes allow matter and energy to enter, but much like the Hotel California, once you enter, you can never leave. Since the name Einstein-Rosen bridges is a bit dry, is it a bit dry? They become more commonly known as wormholes. You can picture a wormhole as a kind of a tunnel that connects 2 points in space-time. So if that lake, if it has this up here like that, you all, now let's think about that lake. It looks like a wormhole at the top, but as it goes down, does it expand out like that, you all? Think about it. Really think about it. Think about it. As it's going down, is it, what's the other end of it look like? We don't know. Do you think they went down in there, drilled all the way in the ground, and they ran pipes and everything under this rock, and there's nothing to it? Or is it really like something like that? Really? Portals? Einstein-Rosen bridges is a bit dry. They become commonly known as wormholes. You can picture a wormhole as a kind of a tunnel that connects 2 points in space-time. This also, you all, let me show you this right here. I came upon that because look. Wait a minute. Crypto has something called wormholes. Look, if you come over to a crypto thing, it says links on this pages are wormhole addresses. And I thought, why did they use the word wormhole addresses? So let's look at this. Somehow, I also ended up in a, wait a minute. I ended up in, right here, a quantum computer. This is where, I'm sorry, I am so sorry I'm using this. Physicists create a wormhole using a quantum computer. The unprecedented experiment explored the possibility that space-time somehow emerges from quantum information. Quantum information, you all. So, there's a wormhole, a newfound wormhole. It emerges from information with a quantum computer. So now, they have wormhole addresses associated with crypto. associated with crypto because of the lightning speed. Oh, what? No, you got to focus, focus, focus. Why is that, you all? Really ask yourself. And then you have the quantum computer. This is quantum computer. Crypto is quantum computing. It's information. Let's touch it. Touch it. Let's look at it, you all. This is, now we got something, and then we got the grid lines. We got the grids in the sky, you all. We do. They created an unprecedented experiment. Look at that. This is like what that's the lake. But they're saying this is what this is now, you all. And remember the grid line in the sky that we shared from the video that Nirka had shared, that she took? Is that not wild? How can that be? And they're called wormhole addresses. They care about your data. They created it. The wormhole. Let's see if I can read this, you all. Physicists have reported. Okay, so look, even a wormhole, first created ever wormhole, it was theorized in 1935 by Einstein and Nathan Rosen. It leads from one place to another by passing into an extra dimension of space. An extra dimension of space. It emerged as a hologram. The wormhole emerged as a hologram out of quantum bits of information, or qubits, the Q, you all, the Q, qubits. Where's the qubits? It was stored in tiny supercomputing circuits, manipulating the qubits, and the physics sent them through a wormhole. So look at that. California, why is all this stuff happening in California? Ask yourself. Is there some kind of energy there? You all really think about it. Technology implemented the novel wormhole teleportation protocol using Google's quantum computer, a device called Sycamore, housed at the Google Quantum AI in Santa Barbara, California, with its first kind quantum gravity experiment on a chip. They beat a computing team of physics who aimed to do a wormhole teleportation on Quantium's quantum computers. When Sapphiro saw the key signature, this guy's kind of scary. When Shipperoo saw the key signature indicating that the qubits were passing through the wormhole that was created, she was shaken. She was shaken. It can be seen as evidence for the holographic principle, a sweeping hypothesis about how two pillars of fundamental physics have strived since the 1930s to reconcile these disjoined theories. A rule book, The Atoms and Subatomic Particles, and Einstein's description how matter and energy warp space-time fabric, generating gravity, holographic principle. So if you see something in your sky and you say, oh, it's a hologram, it's more than a hologram, you all. You may say, oh, it's Project Bluebeam. It's more than just holographic. This wormholes, they've opened up something. Look at this, the duality. This is not a joke, you all. It's not a joke. It's not. Look, I'm not going to play it because it probably has music, but look at this visual right here. Let me shrink it down. Wormholes with the quantum computer and some of the crypto, the digital stuff. They got wormhole addresses, so they're somewhere between space and time, you all. They tapped into it, is what they did. Tapped into it. That is wild. So we went to the wormhole in California, and that lake. This is what a wormhole looks like in that lake. The guy flew a drone over it, but his drone started shaking violently. It did. And cryptos have wormhole addresses. So look at this. So where were we at, Gina, honey? I don't know. Where were we? I guess I weren't there. I wasn't supposed to be going nowhere else, you all. So look at that. So they're going to do it. That's it, you all. That's it. The wormhole addresses and the hotel in California. So California has a permanent wormhole. And I found it in a lake. It was a lake, you all. So I am going to go. I am. And talking about wormholes. Space-time somehow emerges from quantum information, and a wormhole is created. So when you say, oh, it's just Project Bluebeam, those are invisible, they're holographic, it's coming from actual wormholes. You heard the scientists in this article. You heard it in this article, you all. Albert Einstein, this scientist, when she saw the key signature from the quantum computing indicating that the qubits were passing through the wormhole, she was shaken. This scientist was shaken. It sounded like black magic. It does. The team led by Maria Spirafu of California Institute of Technology implemented the novel wormhole teleportation protocol using Google's quantum computer, a device called Sycamore, housed at Google Quantum AI in Santa Barbara. With this first of its kind quantum gravity experiment on a chip, as Spirapulu described it, she and her team beat a competing group of physics who aimed to do a wormhole teleportation with IBM and Quantum's quantum computers. She was shaken. It went through the wormhole. And you can see that, but I didn't want to show that. But I can show this you all. The stuff is real. It is. You want the quantum financial system, honey. You got it. You got it. Yes, you got it. That's right. Because the cryptos, they have wormhole addresses into the time-space continuum. Looks pretty. It's a really good graphic if you love the colors, love the gold. Q's and the qubits. You all. They had to get their information. They had to get their information from somewhere, and that is what a wormhole looks like in that lake in California. I wonder, you all. I wonder if it's anywhere, you all, if you're listening, if that lake that we went to, since my tab won't take me back there anymore, if that lake in California is anywhere near the headquarters of what we just read about, where it looks like there's a great big wormhole in in the lake. The guy flew his drone and it didn't come. It started shaking. It started shaking. So we know that space and time somehow emerge from quantum information, and the sky being like a grid that connects the energy and stuff like that, like a web. So I can hardly see when the comments come up. That's why I pull away, because I can't read what I'm reading. But I'm going to go, you all. This is wild. It's wild. I love that graphic right there. I really love it. So I'm going to go. I promise. I'm going to try. I'm not going to promise, but I'm going to try not to keep coming back on here today, you all, as soon as things pop in my head, because I do have, I could be a prolific YouTuber at times. I do have those tendencies within me. I'm not joking. I could be a prolific uploader, live streamer. I just want to warn you, if you come to this channel, say this woman does too many videos. Well, I have the tendencies to do it. I really do. I'm not joking. It just like, yeah, it all adds up. It does. Yes. Jewish Samaritan. It's wild. It's wild. I'm going to go, you all. I am. I do love all of you all, and I appreciate all your encouragement. I appreciate your comments, too. Our world is changing very fast, you all. And the crypto has wormhole. Just think this AI is tied to the crypto, too. They tapped into the great unknown with time and space. So, yes, I'm going to go. I am. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you.